Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of What You Missed News, the video game news show where we recap what happened in video games this week that might be important to you and the video game industry at large, ladies and gentlemen. So, before I get into this video, I heard a rumor that you don't have a Nintendo Switch yet. Well, let's rectify that situation. All you gotta do is subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos, drop a comment down below, and you'll be entered in to win a Nintendo Switch every 15th of each month. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you gotta do, and I've already given away 2 of these to my subscribers. So, we are going to get into today's news stories, and I have quite a bit of news. We're gonna kick things off with the Sony PlayStation side of things. We have an update talking about the focus being shifted from PlayStation 3 and Vita titles. So here's what this has to say. This is the important keynote to this. We also have an important service update. Starting next year on March 8th, 2019, the PS Plus monthly games lineup will focus on the PS4 titles and no longer include PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita titles. This will not affect any games that you've already downloaded or will download prior to March 8th, 2019. Those games will stay a part of your PS Plus library as long as you remain a member. And that means basically if you have games that you've downloaded free, you still have to be a PlayStation Plus member to play those games. They're not going to take them away. They're not going to take them off your system. At some point in time, they may remove them from the store, so you might not be able to re-download them way in the future. But for now, they're just saying that they're not going to give away PlayStation 3 or Vita games anymore. So, the death of an era, the end of an age, ladies and gentlemen. It's been about 10 years since the PlayStation 3 came out, so this has been a very, very long console cycle, let me tell you. And yeah, it's finally coming to an end. But Xbox and Microsoft seem to be supporting all the way back to the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, as well as the Xbox One with the Xbox One X. So it's interesting how these companies are really differing in their support for backwards compatible games, and it seems PlayStation is looking towards the future while Xbox and Microsoft are looking towards what they've already built up. Duke Nukem 3D's creators just released a new shooter built on a 1995 engine. That's right, this is called Ion Maiden, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you're going to be seeing in the background. The background footage is Ion Maiden. This game cost around $20 on Steam, but right now you can get it 10% off, so that's less than $20. It looks really amazing, and I've instantly already headed over to Steam. I got it in my shopping cart, and I'm going to buy it right after I do this recording. I want to play this game. I'm really excited. I think it looks excellent. I think it looks awesome. And in the wake of violent video games, I'm very glad that companies are not shying away from first-person shooters or very interesting video games that require weapons to play. Thank you very much, companies, for not doing that. Also, the CEO of Crytek has stepped down. There's nothing bad going on here. It seems that he's in league with his brothers, and he's relinquishing his position to the 2 brothers that are remaining there. So there's that, ladies and gentlemen. He's happy and he's excited, and he's going to continue his role over there as an advisory position. So whatever that means, again, dealing with shareholders, stocks, stuff like that. Crytek is the company that is very well known for the Crysis franchise, but they've also had their hand in the Far Cry series as well, so there you go. A judge has ordered a teen to stop playing violent video games. Wow. Wow. Now, judges can order some pretty ridiculous things. You know, I've heard stories about people being ordered to either join the army or go to jail. We hear about unique and interesting crazy sentences happening with some judges. Most judges say, hey, you broke the law, you go to jail. You know, that's that. Pay the fine, go to jail. That's all there is to it. Some judges have unique and interesting sentences. How this came about is that earlier, a student had been using Snapchat, and they were playing a video game, and they said, quote, y'all need to shut up about the school shootings or I'll do one, end quote. And a fellow student alerted the police to this, and Monday he was arrested and kept overnight. And unfortunately, he's in a juvenile facility because of a stupid remark on Snapchat. Do kids do stupid things? Yes. Do kids say stupid things? Yes. And now he's being charged with a felony disorderly conduct. which is, again, pretty ridiculous. Was he going to shoot up the school? I have no idea. Again, this is very odd. This is a very weird story. But it was indicated that the judge had ordered him to stop playing violent video games during this period. Now, it's unclear what he was playing, but it was considered to be a post-apocalyptic shooter type game. So we're talking in the realms of Metro or maybe Fallout. That's what comes to mind for me. Maybe Wasteland. Who knows? At the end of the day, he said something very, very stupid. He did a very distasteful joke, and now he is suffering with something very, very serious. This is a word of warning to you, ladies and gentlemen, before you hop on social media and start saying really ridiculous things. You better think twice before you do it. Also, he's had his smartphone privileges revoked, and he's on house arrest. So there you go. His life's pretty much over for the next 2 years until he can get that felony expunged by turning 18. Maybe he won't even be able to get it expunged, so his life may be ruined because of something he did very stupidly. Nevertheless, I'd just like to point out that how the heck violent video games had anything to do with this. Is the judge really correlating what he had said and done with the game he was playing at the time? The judge had stated that you can play all the Mario Kart you want. Like, Mario Kart's a pretty frustrating game, so I really don't understand the logic here. Again, the judge has ordered it, and this is something that's happening, and this is why I fight against this ridiculous stupidity. Do I think violent video games encourage certain behaviors, certain thought processes? I can't say for certain. But I know right now that there's not really a lot of case studies done supporting this thought process at all. So, for those who think violent video games lead to violence, hey man, you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that there's not a lot of scientific data on your side. So Final Fantasy XV's director was asking fans if they wanted a happy or sad ending. This has already come to pass, but apparently they're making another ending for the Final Fantasy 15 game. That's a really good game. I strongly suggest everyone play it. I really did like it, and I'm not a big fan of the Final Fantasy series, so I'm telling you, you would probably enjoy it. Nevertheless, it was very, it's very strange that he was asking for a happy or sad ending. And with the fan feedback that he got, he is taking into consideration and has made a choice to help him figure out what ending he would like. So there's that, ladies and gentlemen. Nonetheless, we're continuing on. We have Nintendo suspending Switch user reviews days after launch. It wasn't well known that it was actually a trial feature, so there's nothing wrong with it. Nintendo have said that they've gotten a lot of good feedback. It wasn't just like a bunch of trolls just crapping all over their website. Nintendo have gotten a lot of good feedback, and they said it's a trial version. They will reinvest some time into it later on down the road to see how they want it to play out, ladies and gentlemen. So, there's also a local two-player mode that is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and let the pictures tell the story. Stuff like this has happened in the past, but it's, again, pretty... Like, really, man? This is ridiculous. And finally, I wanted to clarify something I covered earlier this week, the ESRB adding labeling for loot boxes and other in-game purchases. Okay, so this is apparently applying to DLC. So games like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will be getting the warning label that this contains in-game purchases, which is DLC. Now, the way I think companies are going to bypass this is by not allowing you to buy the DLC in-game and instead selling it outside of the game through the website or through an expansion pack, through a disc that comes with it, or digital DLC, but you can only buy it on the storefront and not in-game. That way, it is no longer in-game purchases. But somebody had raised the point that it's not really fair to correlate and put Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the same level as Zelda Breath of the Wild with the in-game purchases label. Now, I don't really know how this is going to affect the gaming industry. Back in the day, we didn't have the ESRB rating, and when we got it, it didn't really change a lot of things. There wasn't a lot of things that shifted around. Yeah, some things did change, but overall, we still have games as we have them today, and they're very nice. So, at the end of the day, I really don't know what this is going to do to the gaming industry at large, but there you go, ladies and gentlemen. DLC is considered in-game purchases. So, that's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, if you want to be entered in to win a Nintendo Switch, all you got to do is subscribe, like, and share my videos, and make sure to leave a comment down in the section below, and you're automatically entered in to win a Nintendo Switch. So, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know by leaving me that comment and leaving me that like, and I guess that's where I'm going to exit, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Protomario. I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and thank you for watching. Now, I'm off to play some non-violent games like Mario Kart with, you know, the bullet bill exploding bombs and the rage-inducing blue shell.